Hi there, handbaggers, and welcome to the Duck's Nest. This is the military mom, and I am on my way to church, but before I went, I wanted to go ahead and get this video filmed for you. And in this video, I have 3 reveals, 2 bags, and a bonus. So let's go ahead and get started. So I am revealing these bags instead of unboxing them because trash day was a couple of days ago and I wanted to take advantage of it and get rid of as much packaging as I could. So I went ahead and took these bags out of their packaging. They're all from eBay, and basically just put them in the trash because the trash buildup was making me crazy. All right, so the first bag that I want to share with you is this Dooney and Bourke bag from the Montecatini line. This is Luisa in the color Chestnut. So before we go any further, I want to stop for a minute and talk about eBay. This is not a new bag. This bag debuted, I can't remember the year, but it debuted years ago, okay? Now, the seller on eBay said that this bag was new with tags. Okay, so let's look at that. You've got, let me turn the lighting down so that you can see. There's the Dooney and Bourke tag. Okay, that's a tag. Then in her interior, she has a zip pocket that has the Dooney and Bourke registration tag. That's good. Also, the care booklet. That's good. And let me turn the light up so that you can see this one. There's the sticker, and I looked at all of the numbers and they all match, which is good. However, because this is not a newer bag, I'm like, did you really never carry the bag? And is it new, or did you just carry it and put the tags back on it and sell it as new? So those are my musings, and what I did was I looked at first the condition of the leather. And you all, I don't know, do you think she looks a little dry, or do you think she looks new? Now, if the seller has been holding this bag for years, then the leather may dry out. So let's go ahead and, of course, take a peek at those corners. So the corners look really good. All right, so let's look at the handles. The edging on the handles would be a giveaway if the bag was carried. And maybe the bag was carried, it just wasn't carried a lot. So the edging would still be in place. And I did look at the edging. The edging is in place on both straps, on both sides of both straps. The feet are another giveaway. Now, excuse me, I don't know if you all, let me see if I can show you, if you all are seeing any wear on the feet. But this is just some of the things, because I'm on eBay so much and I buy so many pieces from eBay. These are the things I look at when the seller tells me that they're selling a piece that is older, new with tags. Sometimes, honestly, I'm kind of skeptical, and those are the things that I look at. And I have to tell you that the only, oh, I'm sorry, you know what? The other thing I look at that is really a dead giveaway, believe it or not, is a hang tag. If the hang tag's all scratched up, you know that yeah, the seller carried the bag. This hang tag is not scratched at all. However, this hang tag has a cloche, so it is somewhat protected. Do you see that? Now, I'm just sharing with you what I look at when the seller says new with tags or NWT. You can't always see this level of detail in an eBay photo or a Poshmark or Fashion File Macari or wherever you shop on the secondhand market. But I just wanted to share some of the things that I look at when I'm considering a bag or when I receive a bag that says new with tags and it's not recently been debuted. So that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the features of this very elegant bag. And the reason that I had to have this in my collection is because she is of Montecatini lineage, and I wanted a piece of Montecatini in my collection. And this is the only Montecatini piece I have in my collection. She is almost like a drawstring bucket bag. You can see how this cinch or that drawstring threads through her sides. It ends up right here. This is actually a working cinch or working drawstring because you can unknot it and either expand or contract it, and then of course reknot it. So the other reason that I absolutely adore this bag is because if you take a look, she has almost no hardware. She has feet, she has this hang tag that I've shown you, and she has a zipper on her interior pocket. So in addition to that, this leather, oh my gosh, this leather is scrumptious. And anyone who follows my channel or who's dropped by occasionally knows that I am all about good leather. It doesn't matter the designer. If the hand on the leather is significant, if it's soft, if it's in good condition, I'm there. So this just happens to be a good piece of Dooney and Bourke leather. So there are no exterior pockets on this bag. There is only one interior pocket there. It is not attached. There's the underside of the pocket. Let me just show you how deep the pocket is, which I'm really grateful for, because if it only has one pocket, I'm glad that it's a pretty good size. So there's my hand in the pocket. And then you will see debossed there, the Dooney and Bourke made in Italy on the pocket, and Dooney and Bourke there on the exterior. So let's talk about her leather on leather construction. The way this was achieved is 2 slits were made in the bag. The leather for the straps was threaded through. The pocket was suspended, and then the handles were sewn. Well, it might be easier to see on this side. The handles were sewn back together, and there you have the reason that there's really no need for hardware on this bag. She is all leather, and then you'll see that little peak of red at her base. And let me just give you a color comparison. This is Montecatini. The color is chestnut. This is Florentine. The color is chestnut. So they're relatively close in color. This Montecatini piece is coming off a little lighter than the Florentine. And just for another color comparison, this is Brown Timoro. So there is the color comparison, and this is the first reveal. The Dooney and Bourke Luisa bag from the Montecatini line in the color Chestnut, new with tags. All right, the second bag that I picked up from the Babe is a bag that until she came. So let me just introduce you to her. This is a satchel, and I'm going to bring her in close so that you can see the debossed logo there. This is a Boldrini bag. The designer is Boldrini and the leather is Selleria. And the reason that I wanted to add this bag to my collection is because, if I'm not mistaken, Boldrini, the company, the designer, makes Dooney and Bourke Alto bags. And as a Dooney and Bourke collector, I wanted to have a piece by Boldrini in my collection. So you will see that this hang tag that also has a crochet says Boldrini, and the bag has a shoulder strap as well as a satchel strap. The shoulder strap is adjustable, but it is not detachable. And then here is the beautifully made satchel strap. It is not rolled, but it is really well made there. You can see that, and it's suspended from these two rods on the top of the bag. And the hardware is gold. And the handle, the satchel handle, does move, but I don't know that I would ever need to move it, but good to know, I guess. And then no exterior pocket on the rear, but 2 compartments on this bag, and look at that lovely surprise of red on the interior of both the sections. This is an all leather bag, as Luisa was, and there is the front pocket, which I will likely use as a cell phone pocket, and it has a magnetic closure, which you probably just heard. Here's the second compartment, which has what I call the little Alto pocket here, but this is not a Dooney and Bourke bag, and a nice zip compartment. And again, the magnetic closure that's pretty strong on both compartments. Now, this bag will hold my Coach wristlet that I have been carrying for the last, I don't know, 12 months. So it is a decent size, and that was the reason that I was when it came. This bag, for some reason, when I looked at it on eBay, I could not get my head around the size. So what I did was I went over to Kimberly Mines' channel. She had unboxed a Boldrini, I think it was a saddle bag. And I kept going between Kim's video and the eBay photos, and finally I decided that the size on this piece would work for me, because I have some large bags, but I'm generally in the medium to small category when it comes to my bags. And I definitely did not want a large satchel because I wouldn't really carry it. I will carry larger totes, but my satchels I wanted to be, like I said, in the medium range. So I was pretty sure that this would work, and when it arrived, I was really happy with the size. So let me just give you a comparison of both size and color. This is my Coach Drifter satchel in the color light saddle. So this is how the color compares. Very close. But when you look at the size, you will see that the Drifter is much larger. And I generally carry the Drifter in the winter when I have scarves and you know, gloves and hats that I need to stow. But in the summer, I don't need all of that room. So this was a perfect size. And the Boldrini company makes, I believe, the Dooney and Bourke Alto bags, which is why I said I wanted this in my collection. However, this, you will see, says, hopefully you can see that, it says Selleria. Now, Boldrini makes bags in Solaria leather, and Dooney and Bourke makes bags in Solaria leather. And there is a beautiful Dooney and Bourke silhouette called the Jane that I really wanted in the color Air Force. That is a beautiful bag, and I may still pick her up after my bag band's over. But this was purchased earlier in the summer when I just went on this crazy, I've got to have all these additions to my collection journey. And the Solaria compared to Alto, I wanted to show you as well, because personally I think I like Selleria better than Alto, because Selleria is a little more malleable than Alto. Alto is a very stiff leather, and you can't really do that with Alto. Also, I don't think that Selleria will mar and scratch as easily as Alto. So just wanted to show you the difference between Selleria leather, Alto leather, and then the difference in, or a comparison in the color. And let me also show you this is Dooney and Bourke Florentine in the color natural, and this Solaria, Boldrini Solaria is in tan. So that's a color comparison there. And let me show you that she goes all the way up to my elbow as a satchel, and crossbody she hits me at a great spot. She's flat on the back, so perfect spot. She fits the curve right there in my hip. So that is the Boldrini Solaria satchel. And I didn't show you all, but quickly going back to Luisa. Luisa passes the elbow test, and Luisa does not have any closure. So your arm is the security for Luisa, and she's also a very lightweight bag. So I'm looking forward to carrying Luisa, and I'm looking forward to carrying the Boldrini bag in Solaria leather. Now, my bonus reveal is also by Boldrini and also in Solaria leather. And you all look at that laser cut diamond pattern on both the front and the back. This is a clutch in orange, and there's no other way to describe this color except like traffic cone orange. It's a true orange. It's a great size for a clutch, and I wish I had bought my my Carrington so that you could see the difference in the size. But let me go ahead and show you the features. There's her zipper. She was also new with tags. There's her nice size zipper pull. She's lined in the dark. She's lined actually in black, and there is no additional organization, but I have plenty of small leather goods that I can use to supplement the fact that there's no interior organization. And I think there's a tag down here. Yeah. That came along with this pouch. Now, I do believe that there is a bag that was made with the same diamond cut pattern. But what I can't remember is if it's a Boldrini or a Dooney and Bourke. I'm not sure if Dooney and Bourke made or put their logo on the satchel. I believe it was in the Camel silhouette. And I think Suzwat has one, and I know at one point Coach Craze had one. The bag, the Camel bag, I think is what it is, that is made with this pattern. And for a color comparison, I bought out my Dooney and Bourke Hunter so that you can, this is in the color apricot, and again this is just orange, so that you can get an idea of the color. And I also pulled out my Coach Rogue in the color ginger to give you a comparison in the difference in the colors. And this is a true orange, almost leaning toward a peachy orange when I put it against the Coach Ginger. So I think that is all I wanted to share with you all in this video. Yep, I think that's it. So there you have it, handbaggers, the 2 reveals. All of these are from eBay, and the price on the Luisa is MSRP, I don't know if that's coming across, $625 for that chestnut bag. I did not pay $625. All the prices will be below in the description. The eBay prices will be below, as well as the MSRPs if I can find them. So thank you all for dropping by the Duck's Nest. Sorry that this was such a long video, but I wanted to sort of get all of these done, and that wraps up the satchels. So I don't think I have any more satchels that were must-have adds to my collection. So I think the next category will be shoulder bags and crossbodies. Thank you so much for joining me, and as always, happy carrying.